Hi, this is going to be a full body flow. Throughout our flow, I'm going to be calling for 2 blocks. Blocks are always optional if you don't have them or if you choose not to use them in your practice. However, I will say learning to use blocks in a way that works for your body in your practice is a great tool to have in your yoga toolkit. That being said, let's start on our backs using 1 block for a supported bridge. Roll your spine all the way down to the ground. Your knees point up to the ceiling, feet about hip distance apart. Your block is going to come underneath your sacrum, the lowest part of your spine. Gently rest your glutes on your block. Grab your head and gently lift it. Tuck your chin in and place it back down. Hands come to your shoulders. Press them away from your ears and cactus out your arms to the side. Send your fingertips wide, stare up at the ceiling. Lift your elbows up to shoulder height. Feel the broadening of your upper back on the floor. Inhale, close your palms together overhead. Exhale, press your palms back to the ground, cactus them out. Inhale, lift your palms up. Exhale, cactus out. One more time. Inhale, lift your palms together. Exhale, cactus them out and down. Walk your feet to the outsides of your mat. Gently knock your knees in. Feel the outside of your hips release and open. Maybe take a little sway side to side to massage your low back onto your mat. Bring your knees back to face the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes to lift yourself up and remove your block. Place it off to the side. Tuck your knees into your chest. Find some gentle rocks side to side. And then give your knees a tight hug in and rock and roll up to a seated position. Take about 5 rolls here, massaging your spine along the way. You get up to your seat. Come over onto your hands and knees. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Send your palms wide. Find a micro bend in your elbow. Stare down in between your palms. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Round your spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to your neutral spine. Press your hips over to the left side of your mat and drop them back down. We'll take 3 big hip circles, moving in a counterclockwise direction. Come back to your neutral tabletop. When you finish your 3, press your hips over to the right side of your mat and drop them back down. Take 3 hip circles going the opposite way. Tuck your toes, press your hips up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs, bend into one knee, bend into the other. Find a gentle shake of your hips side to side. Lift your right leg. Find a low lunge. Bring your right knee stacked over your right ankle and grab for your blocks. Your blocks help lift your torso away from your thigh so you can create a 45-degree angle from your ankle out the top of your head. You can press into your fists to give yourself a little bit of extra height. Press your left heel over your toes. Find a gentle surf in and out of that back ankle. Drop your left knee down, inhale for crescent moon. Bring your palms to your thighs. Pull your shoulders back over your hips to feel length from your left knee out the top of your left shoulder. Exhale, half splits. Bring a block underneath your thigh, or you can use blocks underneath your palms as such. Flex your toes up towards your face. Maybe find a little scrunch in your toes and a little wiggle of your ankle. Inhale, press forward through runner's lunge. Crawl your right foot to the top right corner of your mat. Your palms come to blocks on the inside of your right knee. Continue to press your hips forward and down and pull your shoulders back over your hips. You can even stack your blocks to give yourself a little bit of extra height. Move your blocks off to the side. We'll take a 90-90 stretch. Parallel your front shin to the top of your mat. Flex your toes up towards the mirror. Come down onto your right hip. Pull your left knee in line with your left hip and flex your toes that way. Use your blocks to press yourself up into a tall, comfortable position so your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Breathe into your left hip as you gently press it down towards the earth. Gently release your 90-90 and move back to your downward facing dog. We'll take that all on the other side. Lift your left leg, find a low lunge to the top of your mat. Immediately find your blocks, stack your left knee over your left ankle, shift your right heel over your right toes. Palms can come to your blocks or fists to give yourself that extra lift away from your thigh. Surf in and out of your back ankle, pressing it forwards and back. Drop your back knee down, inhale up for crescent lunge, hands come to your palms as you stack your shoulders over your hips to find that length from your right knee out the top of your right shoulder. Exhale, half splits. Bring a block underneath your thigh or blocks under your palms to support your upper body as you flex your toes up and back towards your face. Maybe you scrunch your toes, find a little wiggle in your ankle. Inhale to your runner's lunge. Bring your left foot to the top left corner of your mat, palms to the inside of your left knee. Press your hips forward and down. Pull your shoulder blades up and back. Maybe you stack your blocks for that additional height. Continue to press your hips towards the front of your mat. And breathe into any areas of tightness. Start to move your blocks. Crawl your left foot over to the right side of your mat and come down onto your left hip. Bring your right knee in line with the right side of your mat. Flex your toes and use your blocks to gently press yourself up so your shoulders stack over your hips and you can breathe your right hip down to the ground. Gently start to roll over your knees and make your way back to your final down dog of your practice. Send your gaze up to the top of your mat. Gently crawl your feet towards your wrists. Let your head hang heavy. Find a little bend in your knees. Maybe bring your hands to your calves as you gently massage them. Grab for a block. Inhale up to your mountain pose. Take your block, place it in between your thighs, feet underneath your hips, palms on your hips. Stand tall, lift your chest. Squeeze the block in between your thighs. Inhale, reach the crown of your head up into your ceiling. Find a gentle side bend to the right. Inhale up, lift your head up. Exhale, gentle side bend to the left. Inhale, lift the crown of your head. Exhale, baby back bend. Squeeze your glutes, press your hips forward. Shine your chest up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, release down. Gently remove your block, place it off to the side, come back to your tabletop position. Take a few cat-cows at your own pace. Send your knees wide to your mat. Bring your toes to touch, your seat all the way down. Option for your blocks. You can bring them underneath your palms as you settle into child's pose to end your practice.